Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Tarot by Melissa, and in today's reading we are going to be looking into what massive career changes are in store for you and when are they happening. So we're just going to be taking a look into your career in this reading and just looking to see what major shifts you can expect coming into the near future. So let's get into our disclaimers. First and foremost, this is a general reading, so keep in mind that some of the messages may apply quite specifically and accurately to your situation. Others of the messages might not. So as I always say, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Simply just release it and let it go. And if you did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you could book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are always a great way to get a more specific and accurate read on your own personal situation. Also keep in mind, guys, with these what's ahead prediction style videos, future is not set in stone because energy is always changing. So if you see something that's predicted out for you in today's reading that you don't feel super excited about, just know that you can switch up your actions, switch up your energy, shift your mindset, and you have the ability to create a totally new and different outcome for yourself. So never feel stuck to something that one of these tarot readings is saying because you have free will. Okay. Let's get into our pile selection. So we're working with 3 piles and we are doing a pick a color today. So for pile number 1, we have the ruby rose. For pile number 2, we have the color blue. And for pile number 3, we have sunflower. So I want you guys to take a deep breath. Think about your career. What massive changes are in store for you and when are they happening? Select the color that you feel the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will take you to your pile selection. See you there. Hey, pile 1, if you guys selected the ruby rose color, this will be your reading. So we're looking into massive career changes ahead for you and when they are happening. So we will be getting some time frames for you in this reading. So you guys picked the ruby rose, loving your soul path, and you guys also have the new moon in Taurus coming up. Let's go ahead and pull a couple of tarot cards. I'm working with the Treasure Trove Tarot. If you guys are ever curious about what decks I'm using, they're always listed in the description box down below. I know some of you guys asked me. All you got to do is check that description box and you'll see them in there. So let's see, what is next? What are these massive career changes ahead for pile 1? We have a 3 of Cups. We have a 4 of Cups. Okay. You guys are definitely manifesting something with your career. I think that this group there's like this undertone I'm feeling of like learning skills, learning necessary skills and abilities that you need to create your desired career shift or career change. Remember, this is talking about massive career changes. And I feel like for this group, this doesn't really feel so much connected to like a specific career path or a job. This feels like something that's more about your life in general and the type of life that you want to live and making the money that you need to make to be able to sustain the lifestyle that you want. We're going to get more cards to see if there's anything more specific to jobs, but just initially here with the new moon in Taurus, this card is really telling me that there's a new beginning coming through for you guys in terms of your finances, the way that you're planning ahead, the way that you're saving money, the way that you are investing your money. And I feel like this shift or change is coming in because this pile is really centered on loving your soul path, right? This is about making career decisions that feel in alignment with the things that you love, that align with your desires, right? that help you to materialize the money that you want to be making. And this doesn't necessarily have to mean that you guys are wanting to manifest like a ton of money. Maybe for some of you, you are. But it feels like this group just wants to align their career with whatever their values are. So for some of you, this could be, you know, the values of just like working a job just so that you can live a great life, but not so much focused on the career itself. I feel like for some of you, this could be even about like downsizing all the excess around you and living more minimalistically. There's a lot of different things that this could be manifesting as for you. But the key that I'm picking up on here is like, this change is something that's allowing you to align with your soul's path, to really be doing work and creating a life for yourself that feels aligned on a spiritual level. Emotions are really important here too with this change, with the 3 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. I feel like for a lot of you guys, there is something to celebrate with regard to your career coming through. I feel that there is some sort of recognition, maybe like a bonus or something like that that you guys are getting. Some sort of celebration that's come through your hard work and maybe team effort, networking efforts. But I do feel like this group is really hungry for creativity. I feel like this group is really hungry for more than just the day-to-day office, 9 to 5, whatever your routine is that's been feeling a little bit monotonous and maybe boring. Like there's just something about it. There's something about your career right now that isn't totally fulfilling to you guys. And with this beautiful red color here, I can see that you all have a lot of passions. I feel like this group has a lot of creative passions that they would rather be investing time into. Like look at this card here, how we have this like paintbrush, like they've just scribbled all over this easel. I feel like you guys want to be more creative and artistic and have more flow and freedom in your life. And you notice here how she's like setting this money, this dollar bill on fire, right? So kind of again, going back to the financial aspect of things, you guys might be re-examining and asking yourselves like, is this money even worth it to me? Because I'm not fulfilled with doing this job. So I feel like the big change that's coming through for you guys is really about planning ahead with the new moon in Taurus, working with whatever celebratory energy that you've been given, right? Whether it's a bonus or some sort of recognition, and then channeling that into how do I use this to create my new beginning for myself, for my career and my finances. So let's look at these archetype cards and see what else we get. So what massive changes in career are coming through for pile 1? Yeah, see, this says surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. I feel like for this group, a lot of you guys might be examining or thinking about the idea of working for yourself. And the change that's coming through for you is figuring out how to do that, creating a more tangible plan, because Taurus energy, you know, you're aligning with what the things that you value, right? And I feel like whatever you guys are currently doing, it's making you feel like you are a slave to this system. Like you're a cog in a wheel. I don't know if you guys ever heard the song, what is it called? Re-Education, I think is the name of it, by Rise Against. One of my favorite bands. But that song is all about like literally just being a cog in a wheel. And that's what I feel from this group. It's like you guys are just feeling maybe a little bit, or have been feeling maybe a bit disempowered. I think that there are small wins that you guys do get at work. I think that you do get recognition from your peers, your colleagues at work. Again, I do see something to celebrate here in terms of networking, but I feel like this group is struggling to break out of monotony, and you're aligning with your values and now making a tangible plan to get out of this cog in the wheel sort of energy. I feel like maybe some of you guys have been sort of taking the approach of like the slave card talks about surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Maybe you guys have kind of taken that approach up until this point where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to go with the flow. The universe is guiding me here. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now I think, though, that the universe is guiding you to think differently about it. to maybe take some of the control back a little bit. There could be a fear here, I think, of like making your own choices and standing in your power and confidently charging forward on your own path. You have the King here. Enlightened benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. Excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. See, when I think of the King energy, I think of sovereignty, right? And this card is not sovereignty. This card is feeling stuck. This card is having to be at the whim of where you work, essentially. Your peers, your colleagues, your coworkers, your company. You see how she's sort of like, there's strings attached to her, right? It's like she's not really able to move on her own because she's got to work within the confines of whatever company she's in or whatever work she's doing, whoever's in charge of her. The King is the opposite of this. And I feel that that's what the goal is for you guys, is to step into a more sovereign way of work. I think you guys are realizing that what you're currently doing is not satisfying to you. So it's time to start building a foundation that aligns with where you really want to be ultimately for yourself. Okay, let's take a look at these astrology cards. What massive career change is happening for pile 1 next, please? Yeah, so we have debilitated here. Let's see. Massive career changes for pile 1, please. Virgo. Okay. So, yeah, I feel you guys are kind of in a situation here that's been a little bit uncomfortable for you. But you know what? The thing that's great about the energy of the debilitated is that you have been learning how to flex muscles that you didn't even know that you had. You're strengthening skills, going back to this magician energy, that are helping you to manifest toward your ultimate goal and achievement for your work, for your career life, okay? But I think that it's been maybe a little challenging for you guys because I feel like for this group, whatever you've been doing, I feel like it is new for some of you guys. Wherever you've been, it's been new. And even though you've had wins along the way, I think that it feels frustrating. I'm getting that it feels frustrating for this group to always be feeling like really out of place or uncomfortable amongst their peers or their group or whatever it is. Because you guys shine. You guys are powerful with this King energy here. You are a natural born leader, okay? And you're somebody who is quite enlightened and creative. And I feel like this group is also a group where like you guys are able to see things from a much higher perspective, right? The strategy behind things versus just the monotonous, tedious ins and outs of the work itself, right? You are a natural born leader. So what I'm feeling right now is that with this group, with regard to the change that's coming to you, with Virgo energy coming up here, lots of earth energy, this card is all about like being able to use everything that you have, not allowing anything to go to waste. And so this experience that you're currently in right now, I do feel that you are here for a reason, right? There is something that you're supposed to be learning from it so that you can take it with you on to your next path. You guys are not allowing any experience to go to waste, right? There's always something that you can be learning. But I think also, you know, Virgo is very routine-like energy. Some of you guys could be like in the medical field or doing something with fitness or doing something that's of service to others. With that Virgo card coming up. But it feels like there's something more that you're needing to use up, metaphorically, from this situation. It's still going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it's helping you to plan. It's helping you with the bigger plan, is what I'm feeling. Tell us more about these career changes coming up for pile 1. We have new job and we have marketing. Very cool. So I feel like this group, I feel like part of the celebration that part of this celebration with this new job, well, I was going to say part of the celebration is a new job, right? Like, so for some of you, this massive change that's coming through for you is a new job. It's some new path, new position rather, that you're being promoted into or that you're coming into. But it is going to feel difficult because it's something where you don't necessarily have all of the skills yet. You're still learning here. I don't know why for this group, though. I keep feeling like a lot of you guys coming into this reading maybe have already started a new job, or you've been in this new job for a while. You've been in this uncomfortable place for a while, because I keep feeling this feeling of like wanting to break free of the monotony of it all, you know, wanting to have more independence, wanting to have more sovereignty and free will and choice over your life and how you do your work versus being stuck as this like cog in the wheel, you know? I feel like also something about marketing yourself is really important here. The way like you're networking with others, what your personal brand is. Some of you guys could be actually working in marketing. Something short term. Look at this. We have bonus energy here. Like I keep feeling like this group is getting a bonus or some sort of financial gain that you're using to help plan for your future. I feel like wherever you guys are at right now, this is a short term. Like this is just a stop on your path, right? Where you're learning new skills, you're networking. It might feel a little bit monotonous and boring, but you're ultimately gaining something with Virgo from this that you need. So what is the change that's coming through for you guys? I feel like for this group, it's like a realization of the fact that maybe where you're currently at isn't 100% aligned with your values, and where you're currently at, there's something about money and finances that you're revisiting and you're planning. You're using this time to plan for something bigger and better for yourself that's more aligned with your soul's purpose, okay? This could have started during Taurus season for some of you guys. It's not too far behind us. All right, so let's get a time frame for pile one. When is this change coming through for pile one? We have April. Yeah, so Taurus season, it could have started in Taurus season for you. We also have Leo season coming up. So late July through August, and then we have 9 months at the bottom of the deck. So this was definitely an interesting reading, pile one. I don't know why, but I wasn't getting a lot of like super future oriented energy. This definitely feels like more present energy in your career. In terms of changes, it almost feels like this group is needing to plan for the change that they want. And that's what this is really about versus something new and different happening for you. And it kind of makes sense because a lot of the cards we got for timing are more focused on the present. But you do have this undertone of 9 months here. So it makes me feel like if you were to start planning now, within 9 months, you would be close to wherever it is that you're ultimately trying to go. Okay? So very interesting reading, pile one. We're going to go ahead and close out your message here. As always, comment below. Let me know how you feel that this resonates with your personal situation, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey, pile two, if you guys picked the blue color, this is going to be your reading. So let's see what career changes are up for you. We've got clarity and trust on this card. And then we have the third quarter moon. Adjustments are required. Okay. So changes coming in for your career, pile two. What I'm feeling is There's something with your career that you are reevaluating and re-examining. It definitely seems that there's been maybe a situation here that's been building up for you over a period of time. There could be a lot of emotions around the situation, maybe even toxicity or things feeling out of balance. And what I feel this change is about for you is about you getting the clarity that you need in order to refocus yourself on where it is that you want to be or where it is that you would like to go. You have the color blue here, clarity and trust. I'm sorry, does it say clarity or charity? It says charity and trust, excuse me. But I feel with the blue card coming up here, this is about communicating as well, okay? There's some sort of communication that is necessary, whether it's communication with your colleagues, your peers, your boss, or the way that you're talking with yourself about the situation. Communication needs to be cleared up or balanced out with regard to the situation. And it's interesting that it says charity, because charity is making me feel like there's a need here to be more generous with your communication or be more charitable with others for some reason. So let's just continue. What's going on here? So what is this change for career for pile 2? Yeah, see, there's teamwork energy here with the 3 of Pentacles. And then we have the King of Cups. Okay, yeah, 9 of Pentacles at the bottom. So definitely a lot of independent energy here with this 9 of Pentacles. Some of you guys could be entrepreneurs. Very self-reliant energy here. What I'm seeing, though, is the change that's coming through for you is something to do with teamwork. It's about collaboration and working together with others in harmony. And maybe this group, if you do have a tendency to lean more independent and self-sufficient, sometimes it can be hard, I think, to trust other people when it comes to your work. Listen, we've all been there, right? We've all been in the situation where we've had to do the group project in school, and then like you end up being the one that has to do all the work, right? Because there's slackers in your group and stuff like that. You guys are, though, in a professional situation, I feel, or you're in a different situation now where teamwork is necessary, okay? So there's definitely a need here to learn to trust other people, to collaborate with other people, to work together with other people to fix problems. And with the King of Cups coming up here, this is about compassionate leadership, okay? King of Cups is, like the card says, it's the counselor. Being able to lead through counsel, lead through compassion, coaching others, and providing feedback that allows them to grow, but doing so in a compassionate way so that people feel psychologically safe with you, okay? So maybe this is the adjustment that's coming through for you guys, is shifting your energy a little bit into this more King of Cups energy, communicating differently than how you have in the past. And there is definitely something here about collaboration with a team or a group of people. Let's continue, though. Tell me more about the career changes coming through for pile 2. We have the Eternal Child. Beautiful. So I feel like whatever you guys are doing, it's like playful. It's bringing in a more playful energy. I think also with the child energy coming up here, there's this energy of like through the group collaboration, being able to see the situation through a fresh perspective, with a fresh set of eyes, like this card talks about. Again, with the 3rd quarter moon, adjustments are required to something that you're doing here. You're being guided to tweak something, to release something and let it go. And I think that this group energy that I see coming in for you, it's allowing the feedback of others to see things with a new and different perspective and breathe the life back into this again, providing clarity around where you need to be going. We also have the Exorcist energy, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses, fear of facing your own demons. There's like a twofold message here. I was feeling at the beginning of your reading, like with this third quarter moon, there's been some toxicity here with this situation. I can't really exactly pinpoint what it is specifically, but it does feel that there's been some toxicity that needs to be purged through communication and building trust with others in your workplace. And, excuse me, guys, sorry. I think for some of you guys, there is a need right now to kind of take a look at your, how your energy has contributed to the situation at large, right? Freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. And I think coming in with this King of Cups energy, this more counselor, kind of compassionate leadership energy, I think is exactly what the situation needs in order to start moving forward in a positive way again. Okay. All right, let's take a look. What else? What other information do we need to know about this change in career for pile 2? Yeah, see, there's been confrontation here. There's been conflict. There's been opposition of energy. The thing about working with a group of people that can be hard is that when you've got people with strong ideals that don't align, it can cause conflict. But one of the great things about that is that you can also use those opposing beliefs to make whatever you're working on better and stronger. But there has to be a willingness to compromise on both sides, to sort of collaborate on both sides instead of saying, it's only my way, right? There's probably value into both approaches, right? I know that I've been in situations like this in the past where like I've had one approach and I've had a colleague that had like a vastly different approach, and it could be really hard to get on the same page because maybe that colleague just wasn't wanting to be like bend or flex to anything that I was saying, but I was always bending and flexing to what they were saying, and that can definitely be really frustrating. But I kind of feel with this group, like you guys softening your approach a little bit here with this King of Cups. This doesn't mean you're going to let somebody walk all over you, but what it does mean is that with the blue of the throat chakra like being highlighted here, you're going to be listening more, leaning back and listening, ask questions, start from curious. So instead of, not saying you guys are doing this, but instead of an energy of, for example, shutting things down or saying no, be more curious and try to understand where the idea is coming from, where the perspective is coming from. Because you could be surprised positively when you take a moment to listen. Okay, let's see. Whew. We also have the sun source. So there's something about you, you guys. There's something about you that's being highlighted through this change. You, I think, are the ones that are being guided to bend and flex a little bit more in this situation. Overwhelmingly is what I'm feeling, because I do think that you guys have a very independent, self-reliant energy, which is awesome. But for some reason, you are needing a teamwork. You need teamwork and collaboration with whatever this is that you're doing, okay? And so the change that's coming through for you guys, I think, is to understand yourself a little bit better. Understand how your personality can actually positively contribute to this group energy and breathe life back into whatever the situation is that is causing an issue or where there's conflict being caused. Because with the child here, the eternal child, it's like seeing like group energy, like different people that are like coming into the situation and seeing it with fresh eyes can breathe life back into this in a positive way. Sometimes we alone cannot see everything. You need other people who think differently than you to make it stronger, in my opinion. All right, let's see. What else for pile number 2? Organizational savvy. Let's see, let's get one more. Emotional intelligence, yes. Okay. Yeah, so this change that's coming through for you guys with organizational savvy, this is about knowing the organization, knowing who to go to for what, and learning how to build really smart strategic connections with people and how to like leverage those connections when you need them. So I feel like networking is really important, but also learning about the people that you are collaborating with, understanding what makes them tick, understanding their perspective, understanding what's important to them so that when you are presenting ideas to them or trying to collaborate with them and you're getting that conflict or that friction, if you know what's important to them, you can tailor your message in a way that allows them to buy in a little bit better, right? It's kind of like manipulative in a way. But what I've learned in my career is that when you've got people with difficult personalities, you're struggling to like bring them into the fold, get their buy-in to what you're doing. If you can tie it directly to something that you know is important to them, they're going to be a lot more interested in collaborating with you and aligning with you. So emotional intelligence coming up here with the King of Cups. Again, I think this just is confirming this need to really lean into that more soft, compassionate energy. I think building emotional connection is really important too. And emotional intelligence is really interesting. There's a lot of books about it. There's a lot of courses that you guys can take on this. But EQ is what it's called. EQ is not only understanding your own emotions and your own emotional state and the things that make you tick or the things that impact you both positively and negatively, but it's also being attuned to those same things with others, right? So there's like a huge shift coming through for you guys, I feel, around understanding others, understanding the dynamic of the group, and really being in tuned to those things and understanding why somebody could be reacting in a certain way. Is there something that you're doing that's causing somebody to react in a certain way, right? So let's take a look and see when this is happening for you guys, pile 2. When is this change happening for pile 2? So we have 6 to 12 months from now, and we do have winter at the bottom of the deck. So this video is being uploaded in July, so maybe toward the end of the year, December time frame. And we also have August. So there could be something. We have next month at the bottom. So there's definitely something going on in the month of August with regard to the situation, and I feel it's going to be resolved or at its peak within 6 to 12 months. So very interesting energy coming through for you, pile 2. I would love to hear from you in the comments. How do you feel like this resonates with your situation? Drop me a note below and let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you'll be updated when I post the next reading. And I do look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey, pile 3. If you guys picked out this sunflower color, this will be your career reading. So we're looking into massive career changes that are up next for you. So you guys picked the sunflower color. This says expansion and new opportunity. And then we have the disseminating moon. Take time to breathe out. Wow. So I feel like this group is, I feel like you're finally going to be getting to take a breather from something that's been really tough or just really charged within your career. I feel like whatever you guys are coming out of the other side of, you're coming out of it with a lot of wisdom, because I feel with this disseminating moon, whatever has happened here was a new opportunity for you to learn and grow. And now that you've been through the challenge and you've come out on the other side, or will be coming out on the other side, you have a new wise perspective that you can now offer going forward. You've learned a lesson in a sense. And so with the sunflower here, expansion, right? You are expanding in some way. Now, with things calming down here, I do feel that this group is getting to take a break. Okay, but the sunflower is also talking about new opportunities. So I want to see, let's get a little bit more clarity here to see what else comes through. But there's something here with this group I feel like wanting to move on or wanting to move into something new. But I feel like it's really important that you guys give yourselves a moment to sort of rest and heal before you do it. Let's see. We have a Four of Swords. Yeah. Lots of frustration here. Oh, wow. Something with team energy. Career changes coming through for you. So I feel with this group, yeah, like this situation has been super frustrating, and you may have been feeling like coming into this reading, like you're literally ready to like set your computer on fire, like this card here. I feel like this career change that's coming through for you, this energy that's coming through for you is affording you the opportunity to just like take a breather, take a break, mentally step away from the situation, because the situation it's got a lot of drama and challenge with it, okay? And the thing is like right now, this is what I feel for you guys. I feel like you are supposed to take a step back and reflect right now. But I feel that there's this inner conflict where this group is wanting expansion. They're wanting more. They're wanting to strive for new and different opportunities. And I feel because there's that friction there, it's causing a little bit of conflict for you in your career, whether it's internal conflict or conflict with others, whatever the situation is. So I kind of feel if you just kind of embrace this energy of leaning back and relaxing a little bit, I actually think it's going to alleviate some of this, you know, competitive, chaotic energy that you're dealing with here. Let's take a look. What else does pile 3 need to know about this career situation, please? We have Angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. Okay. We also have the Addict. Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. Definitely some tough energy that you guys are moving through, pile 3, with your career. Now, I want to say 5 of Wands is not always bad, right? Sometimes you need to kind of stir the pot and create that conflict in order to create change, right? But I do feel in this instance that what you're being guided to do is to take a step back. I think when it comes to dealing with other people, Spirit is asking you to help those in need selflessly. And maybe if you're already doing that and you're finding yourself feeling a little bit depleted, this is a time to rebalance yourself out a little bit by taking a step back, okay? To reflect. I just keep hearing take a step back. That Taylor Swift song, You Need to Calm Down. I don't know if that's the name of it. I don't even listen to Taylor Swift, but that's the lyric that just popped into my head when I'm tapping into this energy. Because something about this situation, I think, is not bringing out your best traits. It's not bringing out the best sides of you. I feel like you guys might have a little bit of a competitive energy with work. And maybe for some of you, it's necessary because maybe it's just the nature of your work, right? There are some types of jobs where it's competitive, like if you're in sales or, I don't know, there's other types of roles that are competitive as well. But there's something here where like that challenge, that competition, like you thrive in that. But I feel like it also depletes you at the same time. And I think that maybe part of this shift that's coming through for you guys is I think that you're going to be starting to realize what that is for you. You're going to be becoming much more aware of some of these patterns that are impacting you at work. It's like you guys just come across to me as being very ambitious, to be honest. Like, you're just wanting to be successful. We have Ceres coming up. Let's see. What else for pile 3? Oh, wow. Cancer energy. Yeah, you see, you guys are being guided to take a more nurturing approach to the situation here. I'm kind of getting that with this angel card, with just like the way she has her arms crossed in front of her. It's very like self-preserving, self-protecting in a way. Protecting your energy is going to be very important here. Cancer, it's the crab, going within a little bit. Okay, so the change that's coming through for you guys, pile number 3, is about healing. It's about letting the situation sort of breathe out, letting yourself breathe out a little bit and starting to take a little bit better care of yourself. It could even be for this group. I can actually see a situation here where you're sort of even taking focus off of work and focusing on more of like your home life and your personal life, with Cancer being here. And Ceres being here as well. This is like mother energy with Ceres. Nurturing yourself, nurturing your loved ones, nurturing your home, nurturing your space. Yes, you do want to grow. Yes, there is an energy of wanting to be successful and feeling like we have to do all this stuff to be successful. But it's almost giving me a little slight workaholic energy. So this new opportunity for expansion that you guys are getting in your career, it's an opportunity to understand yourself a little bit better emotionally, and kind of what are the things that are driving you to behave this way at work or to engage in this energy with others at work. But it's also an opportunity to look at other aspects of your life, your home, your family, your health. Ceres talks about food as well. Like, are you taking care of yourself is what I feel. I think you guys are just like, just seems like you're in such a stressful work environment, and you're receiving an opportunity to take a step back and take care of yourself here. Mind, body, spirit, your health, your nutrition, all of these things. So let's get a couple more cards. Tell us more about this upcoming career change for pile 3, please. We have be authentic. Okay. And we have role clarity. See, ultimate achievement at the bottom. This group is very ambitious. I respect that. I respect the hustle. Yeah, so there's something about the situation where I don't think that you all have been showing up as your authentic selves here. And I think that through taking a step back and distancing yourself a little bit from the situation, it's allowing you to get more in touch with who you are and how you want to show up at work with your career. Okay? You're getting clarity on, I think maybe part of the issue here for some of you guys is like, maybe you've been doing the job of like a bajillion people, or you haven't had the clarification that you need around what you are in fact supposed to be doing, what you are in fact responsible for within the confines of your own role. So you are going to be getting that role clarity through taking a step back here. And I think that's going to alleviate a lot of this competitive energy and this workaholic energy. Like, if you've been having to do all of the things, you're no longer going to be having to do all of the things. You're definitely getting a break from that. So let's just get one or two more cards. Let's see when this is coming through for you guys. So when is this change coming up for you guys? We have delayed. Six to 12 weeks. I feel some of you guys could even be going out on like a leave of absence or something like that to heal, to take a break. We have a few weeks from now at the bottom of the deck. Definitely feels like it's something that you guys are expecting to happen with that delayed energy coming up here. But it looks like it's happening within the next few weeks for you. So I don't know. This is really interesting energy, pile 3. I would like to hear what's been going on with you at work and how do you feel that this may fit with your situation. So drop me a comment below and let me know. If you're not already, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you'll be updated when I post the next reading. And I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.